Luckily, Annie grabbed the tip of the signal tower just in time, preventing Lisa, who was attached to the other end of the safety rope, from falling thousands of meters to the ground. To pull Lisa back up to the tower's peak, Annie quickly wrapped the rope around the tip and used all her strength to hoist Lisa upwards. After regaining her balance, Lisa also started climbing up step by step. However, due to the small size of the platform, Annie couldn't secure her footing properly. Suddenly, Annie's right foot slipped, causing Lisa to fall again. Fortunately, Annie managed to brace herself with her foot just in time to prevent a tragic outcome. Having learned from the previous mishap, Annie pulled Lisa up with even greater caution, while Lisa carefully climbed upward to avoid making any abrupt movements. Soon, Lisa reached the ladder, which was only a meter long. She firmly grasped the ladder and climbed up, finally returning to the tower's peak with Annie's assistance. The 3 consecutive brushes with death left Lisa's heart pounding for a long time. Although the life-threatening issue hadn't been resolved, the experience of coming back from the brink of death left both of them feeling exhilarated. However, once the excitement subsided, they had to face a practical problem. The ladder below had disappeared, so how could they safely return to the ground? They took out their phones to seek help, but at an altitude of 3,000 meters, there was no signal at all. If they couldn't contact rescue services, they would surely starve to death on the signal tower. Suddenly, Lisa noticed that the backpack containing their supplies hadn't fallen from the tower but was caught on a protrusion. If they could retrieve the backpack, they would have enough supplies to last for at least a few days. However, without the assistance of the ladder, they had no way to reach the backpack. It wasn't long before Annie came up with an idea. If there was no signal at the top of the tower, the signal would surely get stronger as they moved downward. By lowering the phone, they could definitely receive a signal and send out a distress message. Annie then composed a distress message on the phone, sent it out, and slowly lowered the phone tied to the safety rope. As long as the phone had a signal, the distress message would be successfully sent. However, even after lowering the entire length of the rope, there was no indication that the message had been sent successfully. To lower the phone a bit further, Annie climbed down the remaining 1-meter ladder and suspended herself 3,000 meters in the air, holding the ladder with one hand. With her other hand, she grasped one end of the rope and continued to lower the phone to test for a signal. But even then, the distress message still hadn't been sent successfully. Seeing that her left hand was about to give out, Annie had no choice but to abandon the search for a signal and climb back onto the platform. Just as the two were at a loss for what to do next, Lisa suddenly thought that if they wanted the phone to receive a signal, they might as well throw it directly to the ground. As long as they could ensure that the phone wouldn't be damaged by the fall, it would work. Seeing that the method was feasible, Lisa immediately took off one of her shoes, placed the phone inside, which was still in the process of sending the message, and then took off her bra and stuffed it into the shoe to prevent the phone from getting damaged. After confirming that the phone wouldn't be damaged by the fall, the two threw the shoe off the signal tower. As they watched the shoe successfully fall to the ground, their hearts remained suspended. No one knew if the message would be sent successfully once the phone reached the ground.